it's new times for Nigerian Rugby Football Federation as they have launched its 2026 calendar featuring an expanded domestic competition structure and renewed focus on women's rugby development. Now, the schedule includes a national sevens circuit for men and women across Kano, Lagos, and Delta and Edo State, the six-zone national 15s league with finals in Abuja and youth tournaments such as the Golden Sevens Schools tournament and get into Rugby 2.0. Now, the NRFF also aims to strengthen Nigeria's international presence with participation in the Africa Cup Sevens in Mauritius and a bid to host the Africa Cup Women's Sevens Regional Qualifier. Now, the Federation recently reported over 5,000 girls took part in the Rugby Rising grassroots program, enhancing female participation nationwide. World Rugby, of course, has praised Nigeria's growing global impact in T1 rugby, highlighting local educator development, grassroots expansion, and increased club participation. NRFF says the 2026 roadmap prioritizes performance growth, women's empowerment, and long-term sustainability for rugby in Nigeria. Now, joining us this night, tonight to talk about the strides in the world of rugby in Nigeria is the General Manager of the Nigeria Rugby Football Federation, also a former captain of the rugby team. Mr. Azeez joins us tonight. Good evening to you. Welcome to the show. All right, let's go straight to business. I mean, rugby in the last...
Yeah, good evening, guys. Thanks for having me on the show.
All right, thank you very much for joining us. In the last few years, we've seen roadmaps for rugby. At one point in time, we saw that rugby wants to go back to the schools to further, get the athletes young. This time around, we are having the 2026 calendar release, features expanded national 7 circuits, a 6-zone 15s league. What key gaps is the Federation aiming to address with the broader domestic structure?
Thank you very much for that question. As you all know, our strategy has always been building from the scratch. So over the last couple of years, we've been able to upskill our workforce because that was the first thing that we needed to do. I started in 2022. Dr. Ademola Are became president in 2021. So we've been focused on upskilling the workforce, and now we have World Rugby educators because over 2-3 years, World Rugby came into Nigeria about 4 times, and they were able to, fast track us, put us on the path.
Well, let me come to you now. Rugby is doing something. I mean, besides the calendar, which we always see from different sports federations, they've also been able to map out where they want to achieve success. Women's angle, they want to also introduce the sevens and, having to push rugby beyond where it is already in Nigeria.
Yeah, I think it's quite commendable what the Nigerian Rugby Football Union are doing. Some of these federations have the way they have gone about carrying out their program, very intentional, very deliberate, and we're already in March and they have come up with the calendar. So it shows that really they know what they are doing. And I actually wanted to ask Azeez how they are going to, execute this program, how they are going to raise funds. But you see, federations like rugby, like cricket, like some other, they have been involving the private sector. They have ensured that the money that is coming in, goes directly into training the coaches, helping the athletes, develop as the months get by. So I think for this federation, it can only get better. And when you have a program and you have all the board members thinking alike, they put the welfare of the athletes. They also ensure that all the programs are well executed. They train the coaches. They carry out their programs outside this country. Then they can only get better. So I just hope that other federations, can take a cue. A federation that we are going to talk about later in this program have not been able to follow the example of rugby. They are in 6 and 7s. They are always at loggerheads, and there's nothing happening. So for rugby union, the reverse is the case.